Okay, welcome back. So in my last video, I showed you guys how to connect your Agentic IDE to Notebook LM. So you could automate all of your video, podcast, PowerPoint, carousel, all of that stuff. You could automatically do the creation of that. Was I took it one step further and I connected up Telegram. So this is an example of one of the things you can do with Notebook LM is get a podcast. So now what happens is every morning, personally, I have an AI that runs through the emails I got yesterday regarding my niche, which is AI, and it collects all of these emails which are relevant, and it sends them as a podcast overview to my Telegram. So I'll play this for you. For example, this is one that I received this morning,
Welcome
which
March
you
7th,
can't hear.
2026, and we are synthesizing the massive wave of intelligence sitting in your newsletters this morning.
Wow.
Our mission is to filter out the noise and give you the high-level insights you need for today's content creation sprint.
Yeah, we have a lot of structural industry shifts to cover
Okay,
today.
so you can,
The goal is
I
to
hope you
arm
guys
you
can
with
hear
the
it.
tech-
You can see like it's gonna go over what came in this Gen AI email, what came in this AFT email, and there's one more email it mentioned, which I think was also from, there's an AI for that, because it mentioned two different ones. So it's gonna basically, whatever sources you give it, it can use. So I'm gonna show you today how to set up something like this so that every morning when you wake up, you get a briefing directly sent to you, whether you want it to go over your email or current events or trending news, or you can have it go look at your YouTube analytics. You could have it look at your top YouTubers and make a podcast about it. You could have it go watch PewDiePie's new video and put together a carousel or a slide deck for you to post on your own social. How to connect different sources to Notebook LM and have it run on a schedule without you having to actually always open Notebook LM and trigger it yourself. So that's what we're going to go over in today's video. So I hope you did the last video, which is honestly a very quick one. You can go watch it on how to actually install the connection, the MCP. But I'm going to show you right now how to do it just really quickly. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to keep it so simple and so easy that even if you've never written a single line of code, you won't need to write any, but it's not going to be overwhelming for you either. All right, so there's three key parts to having a connection that works this way. The first one is GitHub, which I have open here. So here you can see a log of all of the runs that have happened so far for this single application. The second one is N8N, which is how we collect the emails, do extra research if we wanted to, and trigger the HTTP request, which is what runs it in GitHub, right? This is the kind of the trigger of the whole workflow. And the last part is actually connecting it up to Telegram. And I forgot to mention probably the most important one, which is Notebook LM, which is kind of the storage where everything is kept. So you can see these last three, I didn't really create them at all myself. They happened automatically. They run on a schedule that I have already decided how often I wanted to do this and how often I wanted to get my emails. Okay, so the first part we'll focus on is setting up your GitHub. Okay, so all you need to do is go to GitHub and you just need to search for GitHub here. You can go ahead and log in if you don't have an account. So I personally already have an account, so I don't have to log in, but you can make an account, sign up. It's completely free to make an account on GitHub. Okay, the next thing you need to do is create a folder structure. And to do that, you just need to press on the plus here, all right, and then go to new repository. And you can kind of call this whatever you want to. So mine's kind of called morning brief. We'll call it -YouTube, for example. That's fine. Okay, and then press on create repository. All right. Now, when you check the description, you're going to find that there is a Google Drive link. And the Google Drive link is going to take you to all of the folders that you need. It's actually that you need. So you will start by just setting up a folder. So you can do it like this through the terminal if you wanted to, but you don't necessarily need to do it that way. We can do it right in here. Okay, so now you just go ahead and click on the home page icon. It'll take you to this, which is kind of where you'll be able to see all of your stuff. Click on this and then click on repositories, and you're trying to see if you can find the repository that you made. So click on My Repositories, and I should see it was called Morning Brief YouTube, so I'll click on that one. Now, there's a link in the description to a Google Drive file. A Google Drive folder. And when you open up the folder in Google Drive, it will look like this. You're going to have a README, which is, if you wanted to leave the video right now, there's setup instructions already there, so you can just read this and follow through. There is the actual YML file, which you don't have to worry about what any of this does or what any of this says. And then there is the JSON, which you can just drop into N8N. Okay. So anyways, let's let this thing load, and this is going to be the repository that we just created. Okay, now that you have that opened up, this is what your thing should look like. So you can go ahead and click here where you see you're able to add a file. This is if you wanted to download whatever they have. What we have now is currently nothing. It's just an empty repository. Okay, so go ahead, click on Add File and press on Create New File. Okay, all you're gonna do is type .github, all right, /workflows / and here you're gonna name it Morning Briefing. This is what you're gonna name it. So you can go ahead and you can copy this all or just download it. Okay, so we'll call this Morning Briefing and get the extension right. It's .yml. All right, so we'll just do .yml and press enter. Okay, and that's gonna open up this thing here. Now once you go here, you can just download the file, and once you have it downloaded, like I have it downloaded right here, right, this is it. You can just drag that and drop it in here, and it should look like this. Okay, now one thing I do want to note is that you don't really have to understand what any of this stuff is or what it means, but it's basically just instructions for GitHub to understand what exactly it needs to do. Okay, now press commit changes, and yeah, we're gonna say this is the AI created version of it. It's okay, just press commit changes, it's fine, it's not an issue. Okay, that's GitHub done. So you have GitHub, and we're almost done with this part. The last thing we need to do is create GitHub secrets. Okay, so now that you have a GitHub account, you can go and search GitHub developer settings and click on the first link, which is going to take you to this page. And you want to make sure that you are still logged in as the account that you made. All right, go to personal access tokens and click on fine-grained tokens. And then you can generate a new token. All right, so it's going to send me an email to verify that it's me, which is fine. Okay, I went ahead and just verified that it was me. I got the email. The token name, I'll call it Morning Brief YouTube. It's okay. Go to select repositories, and you want to select the one that we just created. So for me, that was this one. All right, go to add permissions, click on actions, and put this as read and write, and then press generate token. Now this token, you want to copy it and save it somewhere safe because you're never going to see it again. So personally, I recommend having a secure place that you can store a token like this. So just go ahead, click on this and save it somewhere. Okay, awesome. Now what we want to do is set up Telegram, and we need to set up Notebook LM. So in the last video, I showed you how to do the Notebook LM setup, but it's, you know, ridiculously easy to do it. All you do is open up your terminal. You'll just need to run pip3. So, okay, you can run pip install Notebook LM, and if that doesn't work for you, then you need to run pip3 install Notebook LM. All right, once you have that fully installed and fully functioning, you need to run Notebook LM login. All right, and then once you've authenticated that with Google, this is going to create a file called storage state JSON inside your laptop, but you need to find it. The thing is, it is a hidden folder. So the way we'll find this is by opening up Finder. Okay, so I'm going to open Finder. I'm going to navigate to this part here. I'm going to press Command Shift G, and I'm looking for Notebook LM. All right, and when you look in the reference files, you should see a storage state.json. Okay, so you want to just copy all of that, right? Press Control C. Now we go back to the morning briefing, which is the file that has the YML. Click on Settings. You want to go to Secrets and Variables, and then press on Actions. Manage environment secrets. You see there are no secrets so far, so go ahead and create a new repository secret, and you want to paste in that entire JSON file as the secret. And this is going to be our notebook. You're going to name this notebook LM auth JSON and add that as a secret. Now remember, you had the Telegram setup, right? We've done it many times on this channel where you've gone and set up. Use this to get a chat ID and your Telegram bot token, so that you can actually reference that bot and you can use that bot by different API requests. So if you don't know how to do it, you basically put your bot token here, the one that BotFather will give you. You go to /update, and then you just have to message that account that this is linked to, and the message ID will come here, and this entire thing will come here, and you see the text, all I sent was hi, but what you're looking for is this ID here. Okay, so now copy that, go back to this, we'll create a new repository secret, paste that in. This is going to be called Telegram Chat ID, so I'll paste that in there. And you go back here and start at the number and go until the /. Copy this, and we'll create a new repository secret, paste that whole thing in there, and that is the Telegram bot token. So now you have three secrets in your environment, and the setup, like I said, is very, very easy. Well, I'm just taking it a bit slow, but you can do this in about 10 minutes. And now that's pretty much most of the GitHub part is over. Okay. The next thing we need to do now that we've set up GitHub and we've set up Notebook LM, the last part is N8N. Now, when you download the N8N folder, right? So the file, you go here and you just press download. It's going to download this morning briefing podcast. You can go here, press these, and do import from file. All right, now when you open this importation, you're going to see that you have your HTTP request, you have your briefing prompt. So for your emails, you need to go ahead and use this to set up your own Gmail account, right? Connect all of the different emails. So personally, I want it from, this is actually supposed to be GenAI. I'm getting emails from newsletter@GenAI Works. That's the first email I've chosen. The second one I've chosen is that there's an AI for that, which is a great newsletter. By the way, if you're into AI, it's one you should definitely subscribe to. And the third one is Olama. I'm then checking out Claude's blog page. So they have a blog page where you can kind of see all of the updates that Claude is making as far as their products go and everything like that. So this blog page here is where I'll also see a bunch of stuff. And right now it isn't loading very well. Yeah, there it is. So stuff like this. And I'm also looking at OpenAI's blog. Okay, so I've just given you guys these as the sources. You can swap them out for whatever it is that you want to use. And then the HTTP request. All right, so here's the really important part. Where it says value here, you want to get rid of this entire thing. And remember that credential you made in GitHub, the one that said GitHub _ PAT _ whatever, that really long thing. Keep bearer, put a space, and then paste in that entire code. Okay? and save that, and the rest is already set up for you. Okay, this bottom bit. So if, for example, you wanted to give it calendar access, you can definitely do that by simply setting up access to your Google Calendar. And if you wanted your podcast to be formatted in a specific way, because if all we're really doing is sending it text and then having it create an audio overview, if we change the text to have a personality, the audio overview will also have that too. So this is just a place where you can write a prompt about how you want the text to be changed from an essay style to a conversation style with hosts, or you want it to be more of a user-facing thing. And then all you'd have to do is get rid of this connection here and just simply connect this to here and connect this to here and swap out the briefing. This is JSON.blog URLs briefing source. Yeah. So swap that out for the output from the Anthropic model. That's if you decide to do that. But so far right now, it runs as a pretty good system where you can really just have it go, and within a couple of minutes, you get a podcast sent to your Telegram chat within usually 5 minutes. Okay, so since this is already built for you and in the description, we're pretty much just already done, right? So as long as you had set up the proper credentials, so we have these 3 in here. Now if I go to actions, you can see there are no workflows yet, but for the other one I had 3. The one I showed you is working. So we'll close that one. Let's look at this new one now. Okay, so we've already finished with this, so we can also close out of that. And there's no workflow runs right now. So if we correctly substitute the API key that we just generated with this one, and let's just get rid of the emails just to make this a bit quicker, and I execute this workflow. All right, so we have an issue with the credentials, which means that there's a problem with this key. So let's see what the problem is. If I go back to my fine-grained tokens, so this is the old one that we had. We gave it read access to meta, read and write access to actions. Oh, so you need to give it read access to meta. So it has that, and it has read and write access to actions. All right, so this should be running. So it's still not run. Resource not accessible by personal access token. Oh, okay, so the URL needs to be of the repo that you created. So where you have your URL, for example, if you notice, mine is actually called Morning Brief YouTube, and this is my username. R is 27, and it's Morning Brief YouTube. That's what's here. As you can see, it has -API, when in fact this should be using the current setup, which is this one. And if I execute this now, you see executed successfully. So if I go look at this and I refresh my runs page, it is currently running. So if I go check my Notebook LM and I refresh Notebook LM, AI Digest, this was created right now, and so it's still doing this part, but soon enough we will see the audio overview pop up here. There it is. And as soon as that finishes, the Telegram chat will get a new message. So usually this does take about 5 minutes. So if we go look at how long it's been running, it's just saying in progress. All right, we need to give it a bit of time, but as soon as it's done, the message will come through here and this will turn green. So it's 1 minute in. Usually you need to give it about 5 minutes to finish up the whole process, but let's give it some time. Well, it's now been about 5 minutes, so oh, okay, here it is. So we have this now.
Welcome to your custom deep dive. Today, our mission is to cover the most important AI and tech stories pulled from a source document titled AI and Tech News Digest.
Dated today, Saturday, March 7th, 2026.
Right. And usually, we start by unpacking the biggest headlines in your sources.
Nothing at all. It really is a great reminder that behind every sophisticated AI and data scraper
Okay.
is a script that
Well, as you
occasionally
can
just
see,
wakes.
it's working. Now, that was a short one, a short podcast. And the reason for that, and I wanted to cover this before we end the video, is that that is done intentionally. So if you click on the morning brief, whatever you named it, go to workflows and check the YML file, you can see there's a part where we altered the length of this. So we said length as short. Now you can press this edit button here and you can edit this to be short, normal, or long. Okay, so if you look for the length, you can change the word short to normal or long, and it will generate longer podcasts. Or like short is like 5 to 8 minutes. Normal will go up to like 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. And then the longer ones are like 30 minutes plus. So that's how you can change that if you decide to. And whatever change you make sure you press on commit changes. All right, so there you have it. That's a fully functioning workflow. And you just go here, like it runs every day at 6 a.m. So all you want to do is press on publish to make sure the workflow is active so it can always run when it needs to run. And there you go, have it get YouTube videos and turn it into podcasts, or turn it into a report, or generate for you slide decks that automatically get uploaded to your LinkedIn or whatever, Facebook, whatever. There's 1,000 things you can do with this kind of stuff nowadays. So hope you like the description, the NADN flow, the YML file, and also setup instructions. So see ya.